Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, what are the first and worst Thanksgiving sides?
Also, is Nate Bargatze going to be the new Disney?
All that and more on the way next. TikTok is making an update. You might notice 8772 RadioU. By the way, go follow all of the RadioU accounts on TikTok at RadioU Official. At Hudson Radio U. Allie, you don't have TikTok?
I don't.
TikTok, will this make you more likely to use it? It's rolling out a new feature that lets users limit how much AI-generated content you'd see on your For You page.
Oh, man. I did not realize how big of an issue this was on TikTok until recently. Little lore drop for me here. My boyfriend's sister was showing some TikToks recently.
Okay.
So like the whole family, we were sitting in a living room and it was like connected to the TV and we're scrolling through these TikToks.
Nice.
And there was so many AI generated ones. I was like, is this really that like bad on TikTok? Is there that many of them?
I am consistently amazed by how different everybody's For You page can be.
That's fair.
But that said, I typically scroll past basically anything that's AI, and I still get that.
Yeah.
And here's what's tough, and what I'm interested how they will address this, is they do label AI-generated content.
Okay.
But then there's totally videos on there that I'm like, this is 100% AI, and it's not labeled. So I think they only label it AI generated if it's generated using TikTok's AI tools or CapCut or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that is what you will be able to filter out if you go into the manage topics settings. You'll be able to filter out and choose if you want AI generated content, but that will seemingly only affect stuff that TikTok actually knows is AI generated because it generated it.
Yeah.
Not that somebody generated off platform somewhere and then posted.
Does it ask you, because I know YouTube asks you this when you post videos, if it has been created or altered with AI? Does TikTok ask you that when you post videos?
If it does, I don't pay attention to it or don't notice because mine's not.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't have to.
AI could never do what I do.
You don't have to select that function. And I always hit no on that function because none of my content is made with AI either or altered in any way or anything. So, and none of our RadioU content is. And so any platform I'm using to post stuff or any videos I'm using to post, it's all just a no. But I wasn't sure if they had that like little parameter there for TikTok too.
Yeah, it's probably in there, but that's more of like, I don't know. If you want to go select that, you can.
Yeah, it's an optional thing.
Yeah, they don't they definitely don't force you to answer that.
Okay.
Some people, surprisingly, are skeptical of this new change on TikTok.
Okay.
Because they fear that it could filter out legitimate content. Because there are videos, right, where AI could be used in the making of it to generate something, maybe generate, the voiceover or whatever it is.
Sure.
But it's not an entirely AI video.
Yeah.
But it would still be labeled as AI, and then that would get filtered out.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I also think there's some AI video that I would love to see, like the AI video about the tripod fish or about the angler fish, like those type of fun little stories where people are being creative with AI. I think that would be fine. But the other ones where it's just like so dumb, the scenarios are wild. I don't want to see those.
Yeah, it's tough. But, I mean, it's up to you. You can go on TikTok and turn off AI, turn on AI, whatever you want to do. Or you can sign up and wait and hope for the Vine revival, which will have no AI whatsoever.
Yeah. When is that coming out? I thought it was already kind of out, so I had already told people Vine is back.
Yeah, but...
and it's not actually back yet.
Yeah, you can't get it yet.
Dang it.
A man was arrested in Rockford, Illinois earlier this week for waving a gun around while he was driving an SUV.
Oh, no.
8772 RadioU. And you're thinking, okay, so what was that? Like gang-related something? Was he threatening somebody? No. Apparently, his car was full of women. And he was trying to hook up with them.
Oh.
And a quote from him when he was confronted by officers, he said that he believed women liked these things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where did he hear that from?
I don't know. Is it true? Do women like waving guns around?
Not this woman.
That doesn't impress you?
Nope.
What about getting arrested?
No, also no.
Because that is what happened to this guy. Apparently he had a couple of guns. He was only waving the one around. But that was enough for him to get charged.
Were these women kidnapped?
That's what I was wondering. I was like,
I would not get in a car with a person if they had a gun in there.
yeah.
You know?
And if you had it, instead of waving it around to try to seem cool,
Yeah.
you could easily just as well threaten them. Like, I don't know.
Like
Either way.
There's certain I guess examples of when I would get in a car with somebody that had a gun. Like maybe it's somebody I know and they are hunting or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. Or it's a police officer. I suppose if I have to get in a car with them, that's fine. But in this situation, this seems awfully odd, and I'm a little worried that these women were in this car against their will.
I wonder if they didn't know he had the gun.
Maybe.
And
then he
somehow he
whipped
got
it out?
multiple women in this car.
Oh.
He's driving, and then he's like, check this out, ladies. And he starts waving the gun around out the window, and they swoon, and then they're all fighting over him.
Yeah.
Instead, he was charged by police with aggravated unlawful possession of a weapon. He also has 4 prior weapons offense convictions. So maybe he's just like every time he gets caught with a weapon, he tests out a different excuse.
Yeah.
And this time it was like, well, I haven't tried I'm trying to impress women one yet. So
let me pull that one out of the hat here.
Maybe he thought the police would be like, okay, you know what? Justified. On your way. Good luck out there.
Yes. Sorry that didn't work for you this time. Hopefully it'll work next time. Yeah, no. All I want to know is why did this person that wrote this article not interview any of the women? I would have loved to hear their thoughts on this experience.
Yeah, you would think the police officers would have talked to them, right?
I'm sure they did, but I doubt that the person that was writing this article talked with anybody.
Yeah. Okay. Chiffon Claiborne.
Get it together, Chiffon.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, they're probably just reading the police report.
That's
and
fair.
If there was anything of note, particularly
That's so funny
if
that
the
they
police had talked to the women and they were like, he kidnapped us, I think that would have made it in the story.
That would have made it.
I tend to think that this guy really was just trying to impress women, and he's just not good at it.
Imagine being a
incorrect.
police officer and having to write that.
You're going to want to update your streaming subscriptions before the next baseball season starts. 877-2 Radio U. MLB just announced new deals with 3 different partners for where you'll be able to watch baseball going forward. One is a partner they've had for quite some time. That is ESPN, where they are going to continue showing games on ESPN. However, not the same way that you remember, because ESPN has long time been the home of Sunday Night Baseball.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Sunday Night Baseball is moving away from ESPN, but ESPN will still have different, I think it's about 30 games throughout the baseball season, mostly in the summertime, mostly on weeknights. But Sunday Night Baseball is moving to NBC and Peacock.
Oh.
Yeah. So NBC basically turning every Sunday night into a sports night of some kind.
Okay.
Between baseball, Sunday Night Football, and the NBA. They're just making Sunday a day for sports.
I kind of love that.
Yeah, and they will also it sounds like be streaming that'll be in Peacock as well, and then Netflix is also getting in on this.
Okay.
Netflix gets the Home Run Derby, and it says like 2 other special event games.
Yeah. I looked into that.
Okay.
That is, at least one of them is the Field of Dreams game.
Okay.
That's coming back next season, which should happen every season because it was amazing.
Definitely.
So that's coming back. I think it's Minnesota and Philly that are playing in that this year in August.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
So they're going to do that game. And the other game might just be a game between 2 teams, like at the beginning of the season. I think it's the Yankees and somebody else.
Yeah. Okay. So I read this at first and I was relieved. I was relieved because it was like, okay, so I only need NBC and or Peacock and ESPN, and I can watch all baseball, right? Because that's what it sounds like. But no, we're forgetting how Fox is still keeping baseball.
Yeah.
That's Saturdays. And then the playoffs seem to still be mostly on Fox.
Yep.
And then also, don't forget about Turner Sports, which is TNT.
And TBS will still have postseason games.
Yep. And so they're still in there. And then also, don't forget that Apple TV Plus also has some baseball.
The Friday night baseball games. Yeah, that's probably going to continue because I think those rights go through 2028. So I'm sure they were trying to somehow work their way around to make sure those deals weren't, hampered.
Circumvented,
yeah. But then also make new deals with all of these other people. What I do like about this is if you don't have cable, you were not able to watch, let's say, the wild card round because that was all on ESPN.
Yeah.
You're not able to watch Sunday Night Baseball because that's on ESPN. Now you can because if you just have an antenna, you can get access to NBC.
Right.
And so now you can watch Sunday Night Baseball on NBC. And you can watch the wild card round because the wild card round is moving from ESPN to NBC and Peacock. So I kind of like that because for me, as a big baseball fan, I've hated how baseball has become one of the sports that's probably the hardest to watch if you're a fan. And one of the interesting things about this new deal is my team is involved in this. Because of Bally Sports going under, there were several teams that were kind of like homeless. They didn't really have a streaming or a TV deal anymore. And so MLB ended up covering their games last year, and that's Cleveland, Minnesota, San Diego, and I think it was 6 teams total. And so those 6 teams are involved in this deal, and apparently they're going to be on ESPN now, like probably ESPN Plus, which is what NHL does.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how this changes my team and how I'm going to have to watch them now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to figure that out because obviously as a Cleveland fan, I want to be able to watch the games.
This is what is still frustrating to me is how confusing this ultimately winds up being.
It's so confusing.
Where a channel TNT TBS that doesn't have baseball for most of the season.
Yeah, it's only the postseason.
But then you get to the playoffs and it's on an entirely different channel. That makes how does that make sense to anybody?
It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't like it because those are the most important games of the year and they become the most inaccessible.
Yeah.
And then also it's really confusing because they switch out which series it is every year.
Yeah.
So this year the American League division and Central and Championship Series, those were on ESPN and the National League ones were on TNT and TBS, but it was the opposite last year. And so I think they just keep flipping them back and forth. But yeah, it makes it much harder as a fan to be like, well, and I have to have this and then I have to have this to watch it.
The Home Run Derby and the Field of Dreams game too, those are important events.
Yeah, those are
and
fun
you're like,
games.
okay, let me turn on What? This is not baseball. I thought this would be where the Field of Dreams, it's just going to be so confusing.
I know. Now you have to have Netflix to be able to watch that.
And yes, literally 6 subscriptions or 5 and an antenna.
It's so annoying.
Or I guess 4 and an antenna. Still, too many.
Yeah.
One of our favorite comedians, Nate Bargatze, is seriously trying to build his own theme park.
I love this.
8772 Radio U. He's trying to get a theme park built near Nashville. I love the idea of that it's just him out in a field with a hammer just trying to put a roller coaster together. But it hasn't gotten that far yet.
We'll probably get some video that's like that.
He's in charge, but the idea is that his company, Nate Land, is partnering with Storyland Studios, whatever that is, to assess the concept and feasibility of having a theme park, their own theme park, in Nashville or by Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, let me do your research for you, Nate. It's feasible.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Please do it. I am ready for this to become my version of Disney. We've talked about the Disney adults. We've talked about the families that go to Disney every single year. I'm not the person that's going to do that. I think it's really expensive, and obviously I live very far away from Florida.
Yeah.
But I would love to have my own version of that. And a Nate Bargatze theme park, that would become my Disney.
Yeah, it would be closer.
Yep.
I
love
have
Tennessee.
to imagine it'd be cheaper.
I love Tennessee more because I love the mountains. I'm more of a mountains than beach person.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tennessee for me is already kind of an ideal spot to go for vacation.
Yeah.
This is just making it so perfect.
Yeah. Now he would have Dollywood to compete with a couple hours away.
But that's the thing is, like, you can go down there. You could go to Nate's place.
Mm-hmm.
You could go to Dollywood. You could go to Silver Dollar City. Isn't Silver Dollar City somewhere around there in the South?
That's Missouri.
Missouri,
it's
okay.
Pretty far, yeah.
I thought it was closer. But anyways, you could go to either of those and you would still have a great time.
Yeah. And I feel like our theme park's making a comeback because Nate Bargatze's trying to do this. Travis Kelce's invested in Six Flags, trying to put that back on the map.
I thought you were about to say Travis Kelce was doing one.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of. And maybe it's time for theme parks to have a resurgence in this country.
I'm all about that. You know me. I love the roller coasters. I love theme parks. So I'm all about this. Nate, please do this.
They say that they're aiming for a theme park that is. You're thinking, what is the theme exactly? A good, clean family fun.
That's Nate.
Yeah.
It's just Nate Bargatze wrapped up in a theme park.
As opposed to all the theme parks that are not family fun. The adults-only theme parks. And, of course, you have to imagine it'd be called Nateland, right? That's his company.
I would hope so. That's the only name you can go with, guys.
If you had your own theme park, what would you call it?
Oh, Allie... I don't know.
Allywood?
Hollywood would be cool.
That kind of sounds pretty good, actually.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
Allywood, or maybe like Allie's Adventure City or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we had a RadioU theme park? We could call it Universal Studios.
Oh, that doesn't exist already.
I think that's a pretty good idea. We might have to pursue that one a little bit. There's a lot of places you shouldn't talk politics. 8772 RadioU. At work. At Thanksgiving dinner in many cases. We discussed that yesterday. And on the Joe Rogan Reddit. The Joe Rogan subreddit. That's a fairly recent development where, despite Joe Rogan himself on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast frequently having literal politicians on the show.
He has great discussions with all sorts of different politicians.
Talked to Bernie Sanders and Gavin Newsom. Did Donald Trump go on there, right?
Yeah, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance.
Yeah, a who's who of current politicians. But on the Joe Rogan subreddit, you are now banned from talking politics, even as they continue to promote free speech on there.
Oh, interesting.
You're free to speak about anything except politics on the Joe Rogan subreddit.
I see.
I think it should be definitely pointed out. Joe Rogan has nothing to do with the actual sub. This is not managed by him or anybody associated with him. This is just to talk about what they talk about on the podcast.
Right.
Unless they talk about politics. Don't talk about that anymore.
Which is going to be like a lot of the discussion. Because I think, at least in this article, it mentions that recent episodes, I guess somebody did the math on this, 46.3% of the episode, either like who was on or the episodes themselves, were political. That's almost half. So
somebody did that in response to this announcement that it was being banned.
Right.
They're like, 46% of these episodes are political.
Yeah. So I'm sure that was just like some quick research, but, that's a little bit odd to be like, yeah, this is the subreddit about Joe Rogan and his show, and we can't talk about half of what he does.
Yeah.
That's a little odd.
I like some of the people have been trying to have fun with it on there too.
Sure.
My favorite is somebody that posted a joke that said, it was a picture of a marijuana leaf, and it just says, I have no opinion on whether this should or should not be legal.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all you're allowed to say.
You can't.
Even that might be, towing up to the line.
Yeah. Well, apparently the moderators of this subreddit basically, they announced, and they said in their announcement that the sub was overrun by users pushing a political agenda, both left and right. So they decided they wanted to put an end to that. They said they were not equipped to properly moderate arbitrate and curate political posts while also promoting free speech. No one's really asking you to do that. Like, yeah, you're moderators for this subreddit, but you don't need to step in and like arbitrate every single political post.
Yeah, I almost feel like you're making more work for yourself.
Yeah,
now.
I think you're making this like you're making a mountain out of like a mountain basically. You know, like this is not that big of a deal. To me, what it sounds like is there's probably some political things being said that the moderators disagree with. And so they're like, well, we're just going to ban all of it.
Which is the antithesis of free speech.
Yeah, I'm like, if you really truly want it to be free, that should include politics.
Yeah. Well, the really bad news is there's nowhere else you can go to discuss politics.
No, nowhere else at all.
Online. No, there's other. This is the last option.
Can't people just create like their own subreddit so they can just create political Joe Rogan, like a new subreddit?
That's why do people want to be moderators of anything?
I don't know.
Who signs up for that?
Who would want this life?
It sounds miserable. Go ahead and text in. What are you wearing right now? We want to know. What's your shirt say? For me, it is a Boston Red Sox shirt.
Of course.
Because I'm a fan of the Red Sox. Allie, yours is striped.
Yep. No words or letters
You're
or
a fan
logos.
of stripes?
I am. Stripes are nice.
Yeah. What about Stripes the movie? You've seen that?
I've seen Racing Stripes.
Is that the one with the zebra?
That's the one with the zebra. Remember when we talked about the worst, first to worst sports movies?
That is not a good movie.
It was so bad.
But I bet you I'm willing to bet a lot of people out there right now listening, probably wearing some kind of shirt that says something about sports, something about a band you like. Maybe if you're really cool, you're wearing the brand new RadioU Melt tee.
Yeah.
That just went up for sale at shop.radiou.com. So often we are wearing shirts that say, that represent something that we love.
Yeah.
And for me, I know this is true for me, while I wear a Red Sox shirt, it's not even baseball season. I'm wearing the shirt because I love the Red Sox all the time. And that includes when I'm not wearing the shirt.
Sure.
The shirt isn't just something I put like we talked about this earlier this week too, of if you wear a shirt that says something, you got to be prepared to talk about it.
Yeah.
You never know when somebody could strike up a conversation with you.
100%.
So I think you got to not just like know what the shirt says, but you got to live what the shirt says. And that's kind of what a relationship with God is like. I feel like oftentimes it's treated like you put on the God shirt from time to time. You put on the outfit, but then, God isn't all, God should be, you should be living with Jesus the entire time.
Yeah.
And you can. And many people just don't treat it that way. It's like, well, I'm wearing my God shirt right now. I've got the Jesus shirt. So, I'll do like Jesus stuff. But then you take off the shirt and you're just kind of living a regular life doing other things. God wants to be with you all the time.
Yeah.
He is there with you to help you out all the time.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Like I always view it kind of as the Jesus hat. Like I'm putting on my Jesus hat on. Well, now I'm going to put my work hat on. And now I'm going to put this hat on. And I would much rather it just be kind of like an umbrella. Like everything about my life is like centered around or under Jesus. Like all of that is about Jesus. And so every aspect of my life has some parts of that. That's why as a Buckeye fan, it makes my heart so happy when I see revivals happening on campus that are surrounded around the football team. Now, do I think that God cares if the Buckeyes win on Saturday? No, I don't think he does. But is he happy that these players are showing their faith and like actually trying to make people aware of how Jesus has died for all of us on the cross? Like, I think he's absolutely happy about that.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, I think it should impact all aspects of our life. It shouldn't be something that we take on and off and just like sometimes the Jesus part of me is on and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, or you just put it on when you kind of feel like you need it, when it's convenient.
When it's convenient.
Let God be a part of your life all the time. Find out how that can actually it's just like being a fan. I guess being a Browns fan, it can kind of bring you down sometimes.
Oh,
but
it can.
You live through that. Maybe it's a chore. It's a decision to be a Browns fan sometimes. When you have a relationship with God, it's full time and it's not a chore.
Right.
It's something that adds to your life every single day. And you can find out about that by simply saying, hey, God, I want that. I want to know you're there all the time. Be with me through all that I do and watch what he does. You can also go to radiou.com/free gift if you want to find out more. We're doing a Thanksgiving themed first to worst today. Allie and I will each pick our first and worst choices from today's topic, which is Thanksgiving sides. And then your job is to decide which one of us picked better and where we missed entirely. Allie, you have the honor of picking first. What are the first and worst Thanksgiving sides?
All right. So I tried to base this off of like when I'm going through a Thanksgiving spread, what am I skipping versus what am I like absolutely looking for? I need to have it. And if I don't have it, it's not really Thanksgiving. That's kind of how I viewed this.
Yeah.
So for a side for me that I absolutely have to have and I look forward to it every time Thanksgiving comes around, that for me is dressing or stuffing.
Okay.
I love it and I have to have it at Thanksgiving or else it doesn't feel like Thanksgiving. Like I have to have the turkey and the stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a quintessential side for me. The side that I always skip. This is going to be controversial because I know a lot of people like it, but I've just never been a fan. I've tried it, so don't come at me and be like, have you really tried it? I've tried it. I don't like it. And that is cranberry sauce.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of it. It's kind of a texture thing for me. I'm not usually a fan of foods that have that type of texture.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And the cranberry is also like the flavor for me is not something that's really appealing.
Cranberry sauce is one of those things. If it was so good, why don't you eat it the rest of the entire year?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
exactly.
I cannot argue against either of your choices. I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
But I think my choices are better.
Okay.
My choice for first is gravy.
Ooh, okay.
Because gravy makes everything better.
That's true. You can put it on really anything. The turkey, the mashed potatoes.
And I do, and then particularly with leftovers, the gravy on everything just makes it. And so I was strongly considering stuffing.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, this is not a reason not to choose it because the best stuffing is amazing.
Yeah.
But sometimes you go to a different Thanksgiving than you're used to and they make a different stuffing and there's nuts in it or there's
I've
raisins
never had that, thank goodness.
Or there's too many onions and it's just like, I really just want soggy bread, please. Soggy seasoned bread.
Yes.
Preferably that's been inside a hole in a turkey would be best. But that said, gravy on stuffing makes it better. So gravy it is. For worst, I'm choosing green bean casserole. Green bean casserole is no good. It's really just a way to deliver those crispy onions to you, which are great, but they're even better on anything that's not green beans.
Aww.
And so that is the choice for worst for me.
I do love green bean casserole, but my family usually does green beans separate, and they'll do like cheesy broccoli casserole.
Ooh,
they'll do something like that.
That sounds even worse.
What? Broccoli is the best.
I know. You're not even doing your broccoli voice for some reason.
I love broccoli.
8772 Radio U. We've given our picks for first and worst Thanksgiving sides. Let us know which one of us picked better and which picks we missed. We covered most dishes almost here.
It feels like it.
8772 Radio U. Allie has her first and worst for Thanksgiving sides are...
I went with stuffing or dressing for first, and I went with cranberry sauce for worst.
And I have gravy as first, green bean casserole as worst. Let us know your thoughts. Thanksgiving is 1 week away. We're ranking Thanksgiving sides. Allie had the first pick. You have first and worst Thanksgiving sides as...
I went with stuffing or dressing for first, and I went with cranberry sauce for worst.
And for me, I have gravy as first. I have green bean casserole as worst. People are voting. People are telling us which picks we missed. We'll start with Zeb at 8772 Radio U, who says, I'm with Allie on her choices, but personally, potato cakes and anything drenched in mayonnaise is a no-go.
A no-go.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew mayonnaise was something that was used a lot at Thanksgiving.
I don't think we usually put that on the table, but I like mayonnaise, so.
Okay. Potato cake sounds really good, I have to say.
I haven't done this, but I think putting mayonnaise on the bread that you make the leftover sandwich with probably be smart. Probably be a good move.
That's like what people told us to do with the grilled cheese.
Yeah.
We heard from my cousin Kathy. She says she doesn't like green beans, but gravy is not a side. It is a side enhancer. And she absolutely hates cranberry sauce, so she's going for my choices.
Gravy is a side.
I mean, I think I would agree with her that I wouldn't eat gravy on my own, on its own, and so that might be what she's referring to.
That's where we're different.
Like you just
gave
eat
me
it
an
like
idea.
a soup.
Is that ladle in there to like put it on stuff or just to put right into my mouth? Actually, it has a spout. That's just for me to pour directly into my face, right? Susanna says cranberry sauce, especially spicy cranberry sauce, which I'll
Ooh.
admit I've not heard of.
No, I
is
haven't either.
The best. So Allie loses, and I absolutely would use it year-round, but I believe in only having seasonal things in the correct seasons to appreciate them more.
But it doesn't need to be seasonal. If you love it so much, make it a year-round thing.
Then we could just have, like, if you follow that philosophy, there could be a lot of things that you would only have once a year, but you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, why?
Like, you would appreciate hamburgers more if you could only have them once a year.
Yeah.
But they're so good, why would we limit ourselves to that?
Yeah, we don't need to have a scarcity mindset.
No, yeah, I don't like that. This is America.
No, that's great.
The freedom of choice.
We heard from Dee. She says, okay, so Allie cranberry sauce is the worst homemade good. Hudson gravy is the best, but green bean casserole is really good. She said first for her is sweet potato casserole with all the big marshmallows.
I knew somebody was going to have to call us on the sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Or yams.
And then she also said there's like a tie for her between turkey and dressing. In Texas, it's dressing, not stuffing. Yeah, depending on where you are in the country, you say dressing or stuffing. I think also in Canada, they may say it differently.
I've never found any consistency on it. To me,
Okay.
I always call it stuffing.
I have always called it stuffing.
If it's inside the turkey, it's clearly stuffing.
Yeah.
But if it's outside,
Then it might be dressing.
is it dressing?
I don't know. That's why I used both, because I know that everybody says it differently.
Also, though, if you say stuffing, everybody, even if that's not what they call it, knows what you're talking about. If you say dressing, you could be talking about salad dressing. Chad says, 8772 Radio U, gotta go with Hudfather on this. Green bean casserole sucks, and Allie cranberry relish is much better than sauce from a can. His favorite is pineapple stuffing. He just made some yesterday for Friendsgiving.
Pineapple stuffing. That sounds interesting.
If my mom is listening, he's giving her ideas right now.
We heard from Tiffany. She says, I agree with the likes from both of you, but the dislikes are some of my favorites too. My favorite is the turkey. I literally can't think of a least favorite other than oyster stuffing. Oysters don't belong in stuffing. Yeah, I would agree with that.
That sounds like some New England type stuff right there.
Yeah, she says they don't usually have that anymore. Well, thank goodness.
Yeah.
That's something to be thankful for.
That feels like that'd be very polarizing. There'd be even if some people loved it, that'd be a very divided Thanksgiving
I'd be
table.
like, I'm never coming back to this Thanksgiving again.
Although it also sounds like you must have money in that house.
Yeah, you can
How can you afford
oyster
that?
stuffing?
It's probably not actual oyster. It's just like the
stop.
oyster water. You know you can buy that. I've drank that.
Oh, you have?
That's actually not that bad. 8772 Radio U. We're going to have to get to some more votes coming up here. First to worst Thanksgiving sides. Let us know your favorite and your least favorite. For Allie and I went with gravy for first, and I went with green bean casserole for worst.
I went with stuffing or dressing for best, and then I went with cranberry sauce for worst.
More votes coming in here. We'll see more of what people are saying in this first to worst situation coming up. We're doing first to worst, still getting more votes in at 8772 Radio U for the first and worst Thanksgiving sides. Allie, you had the first pick. Your choices for best and worst are?
I went with stuffing for first, and I went with cranberry sauce for worst.
And I have gravy as first, and I have green bean casserole as worst. Additional votes coming in. Andrew at 8772 Radio U says, wholly agree with Allie on this one. Stuffing is one of my favorite dishes. Eat it all year round. Cannot stand cranberry sauce. It's just not good.
Yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. We heard from Jesse. He says, I'm going to go with Hudson, not a stuffing guy. His first would be a dinner roll.
Oh.
An underrated first. I kind of like that pick. Bread is so good.
The dinner roll is just, I feel like it's never my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But it's also like you just have to have it.
You have to have it, and you're also never disappointed. It's not something you think about usually, but I'm never disappointed with it. I mean, and it's so simple. Just put some butter on it, and you're like, yep, this slaps.
Yeah. Corey texted in at 8772 Radio U and simply just said, you shouldn't eat gravy by itself. It's Thanksgiving, Corey. There's a lot of things we shouldn't be doing.
We heard from William. He said, going with Hudson because I am strongly against stuffing. Even with green beans, I am not a fan of the casserole because it seems like a mushroom soup nightmare.
Ooh.
Being a Thanksgiving staple, I am going with the mashed sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top as the one side I look forward to at Thanksgiving. at Thanksgiving.
Wow.
He says he loves green beans.
He voted for me even though he loves green beans.
Yeah.
He hates stuffing that much.
Wow.
I've never heard anybody hate stuffing that much.
That's so sad.
I mean, I was thinking about, I'm like, stuffing there's so little value to it.
Yeah.
It's just carbs. It's not healthy at all.
Well, there's the same with the dinner roll.
Yeah, but
you're not getting much from bread.
but it's so good. Like, it's just so rewarding to your mood.
I love it. Every year I get it. I love it. We heard from Erin. She says, Allie, reverse those picks and you've got my vote. Listen, I knew. I mentioned this. The cranberry sauce I knew would be a controversial pick because a lot of people, it's kind of polarizing.
Yeah.
A lot of people love it. A lot of people don't like it. And so she also says gravy is nothing unless it's on something.
I disagree. Gravy stands on its own.
I've never tried to just eat gravy as a soup. So for me, it's like, as Kathy described earlier, an enhancer.
I think gravy, I mean, it is kind of a soup, but it's like so good. It's like, why would you just leave it alone when you can enhance so many other things with it?
Yeah, that's why it's not a side.
Tim says, I reluctantly have to agree with Allie. I say reluctantly because cranberry sauce is one of the goats, but you did have the other goat. Green bean casserole is, and gravy is, the most overrated item ever. Also, his wife agrees with you.
Aw, thank you. He says a house truly divided, even though they both voted for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just don't understand the hate for gravy that we're getting today.
I don't think you're getting hate for gravy, but I think people are saying, like, I probably wouldn't eat it on its own.
I still don't think you have to eat it on it. It's just an ingredient for all the good things that you love.
It's the semantics that we're arguing about now, like the side semantics.
But, okay, is gravy the best thing about Thanksgiving?
I would say no. I would say the best thing about Thanksgiving, like, there's several things about Thanksgiving I love, but gravy is one of the things that's like, it's as described earlier, it's an enhancer. It's not the best thing on its own.
But if we were doing save or kill and you had to save one, like the one thing.
I'd save the turkey. 100% save the turkey.
I would save the gravy over the turkey.
Why?
Because it's better.
Your family must not be making a very good turkey then.
I've had so many. I will say turkey is overrated.
I think there are ways that you can really mess up the turkey because I have had some very, very dry turkey. But my mom's figured it out. She knows how to make a turkey that's moist.
My family we've done smoked turkey. We typically would do deep fried turkey, which is very good. If it was so good, we'd do it more often. Desiree at 8772 RadioU says her favorite is corn casserole, which I strongly considered as well. I love corn casserole or corn pudding.
Or like cream corn.
Yeah. Any
so
corn.
Good.
Honestly, any corn.
Corn, it's the most beautiful thing.
It is. But her vote is for you, though.
Oh, okay. We heard from Jim. He says, first to worst for Thanksgiving, that's tough because there is no worst. And you people without the cranberry sauce, you haven't had my mom's cranberry sauce. Maybe I'll have to try it.
This is the other thing about ranking Thanksgiving sides is everybody, if you don't like one, they're going to be like, oh, you just haven't had this recipe.
I've always heard that. Like, oh, you just need to try this version of it. Like, I don't believe you.
Last vote for Viola, who says, voting for Hudson because I don't like the green bean casserole except the fried onions, which is exactly what I said. She loves whole cranberry sauce and agree with dinner rolls. My mom had a recipe for dinner rolls that everybody
I mean,
homemade.
I've never had a bad dinner roll, but homemade sounds so good.
It is crazy the difference. Like for Mrs. Hudson, occasionally, it's a little different because it's biscuits, but like biscuits are good.
Yeah.
But from scratch biscuits.
Oh my gosh.
So much better.
My mom used to make from scratch biscuits all the time, and I miss that so much.
How can you get better than biscuits?
Yes.
Homemade from scratch biscuits.
Oh, it's so good.
Love them or leave them on RadioU Mornings. Get ready to send in your advice, your opinions, your thoughts at 8772 RadioU. We have a gal who writes in and says, my boyfriend of 2 years has been amazing in every way. Love him. But I feel like it's hopeless when it comes to me trying to buy romantic. No, hold on. When it comes to me trying to be romantic and buying him gifts.
Okay.
Okay, I got that now.
Okay.
Should have read through this one more time before. When it comes to holidays and birthdays, he buys me very romantic things like flowers, fancy dinners out, experiences like a spa day, and other things that I think are normal gifts.
Normal, okay.
Yeah, sounds pretty awesome. Well, what the problem is, when it comes to me buying him gifts, he has a strict thing where he just tells me ahead of time to buy this because he wants it. I get that's fine since he wants to make sure he's getting something he likes, but the gifts he asks for are very weird.
Uh-oh.
For example, one time he suggested a gift of a drill kit because his current one was wearing out.
That's not weird.
Another time, he just wanted a case of a specific brand of beer.
Just a case of beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last time, which was his birthday, he wanted me to buy some vinyl flooring to replace a couple broken planks. And we went together so I'd pick out the right one. His birthday present from me was a case of vinyl flooring, which he seemed happy to install and then send me the pictures afterwards.
That's amazing. You have a great relationship. I don't see any problems here.
Can you tell me more about this strange preference of his? I need it explained to me. 8772 Radio U.
Oh, she says that she asked a couple guy friends and they actually chuckled and said it's pretty legit.
This is what I like.
Yeah.
This is almost open and shut.
Yep,
but
almost.
What can we add? 8772 Radio U. Her boyfriend buys very romantic gifts for her, but asks for drill kits and vinyl flooring.
So what'd you get your
his
boyfriend
gifts.
for his birthday this year? Oh, vinyl flooring. He loves his vinyl flooring.
8772 Radio U. What's your take? What's your advice for this love 'em or leave 'em situation? We need to hear from you. We are doing love 'em or leave 'em. Share your advice for this situation where we have a gal who says her boyfriend is great at buying gifts, romantic things for her, like fancy dinners, flowers, spa days, the classic stuff.
Sure.
But when it's time for her to buy him gifts, he always has something, in her words, weird that he wants, like a new drill set or vinyl flooring that he needs to, that they have to go together for him to pick out the exact right one.
Yeah.
Is this normal for him, for a guy? What should she do? Because she thinks it's weird. 8772 Radio U. Let's start with Chuck. Chuck says, that sounds terrible. She should leave him right away.
We heard from Dave. He says they need to get married.
Yeah,
The end.
literally. When you see it from the outside, granted, these are all guys weighing in so far, but when you see it from the outside, you're like, what are you even thinking about right now?
Yeah. We heard from Austin. He said, sounds like a functional guy that just wants what he needs, minus the beer, LOL.
Tim says, guys just want practical things most of the time. I actually told my parents I want kitchen equipment, t-shirts, socks, and a mug for Christmas. Things are just way too expensive. And if someone is offering to get you something, then why not ask for a practical gift? Tim, 100%.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking, especially once you get married and like these people have been together for a couple of years, so it could be in the future.
Sure.
The worst is once you get married, your like finances are pooled together.
Right.
The worst is thinking about how your significant other bought you a gift with you guys' money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's
Your
not
combined
what it's
funds.
not what you wanted.
Right.
And then it's like, gosh, darn it.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, I don't know if this is just stereotypical, but like sometimes it feels like women take that more personally. Like, how come you didn't know what I wanted?
Yeah.
But for guys, I don't take it personally. I feel too bad like to say anything that I would, but I like if we're gonna spend money, like let's spend it on stuff we want.
Yeah.
Like vinyl flooring.
I think that's a great point. And we heard from Thomas. He says, I know some people like to get or give practical gifts that can be used since they're generally just go out and get the things they want. Nothing wrong with that. He also says, I have the opposite problem. I'm terrible at romantic gifts. Seems like I need to ask this guy for advice.
Spa days, Thomas.
Yeah.
I think you probably can't go wrong with spa days.
I
with
would
most
not be
women.
upset getting that for a gift.
Regina says, him telling you exactly what he wants is a godsend. You can definitely be honest about your goal to get him romantic gifts and see if the suggestions change. Otherwise, this sounds like he's incredibly happy with your gifts.
Yeah, it does.
You're making him happy.
You're making him happy, and that should make you happy. But I think if you do want to do something more romantic, it sounds like the way to do that is maybe not through gift giving, but maybe through experiences that you can do together. So, because it sounds like that's stuff that he likes to do for you, like plan these fun dates and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe find something that he really likes to do and plan a romantic day out. And that could be a way that you can do something on your end where it's like, I planned something romantic for us.
Think about it, that when she mentioned the vinyl flooring, they went together to go pick it out.
That's so cute.
And she's thinking it's so that he could definitely pick out the right thing, but also it was maybe fun for him to have you there. It
I'm
might have been,
sure.
might not.
Yeah.
But like that could be an experience. It kind of goes with what Dee texted in at 8772 Radio U. She said, learn what love languages are, learn what his love language is.
Yeah.
And try to do something extra that he would consider special.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah. Like if he wants a drill set, then how can you take that and like make that like not just get him the drill set, but take that to another level.
Yep.
Where he still gets the thing he wants, but then it also feels like it's a little more special than just a practical thing.
Right. Like for him, receiving gifts may not be his love language.
Mm-hmm.
Gift giving might be a love language of his because it sounds like he's really good at gift giving.
Yeah.
But for him, it might be more like quality time. And so that's how he wants to experience love. I know for me, the top two for me are words of affirmation and quality time. And so I don't really care about gifts as much as I care about just spending time with, my boyfriend, my family, all of that.
This is one of the most all-time slam dunk love-ems.
Oh, absolutely.
Of all love 'em or leave 'ems. If you ever have a love 'em or leave 'em situation, let us know. Email mornings@radiou.com.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.